Word, word. How's it going?
Just been moseying around. Got Taste of Italy for lunch.
You were off today?
Yeah, they're cutting back hours, so they cut me to 4 days a week now.
Yeah, I feel like kind of off season for them, right?
Yeah, they're slow right now.
Yeah, checked out. Fucking, we missed yesterday. It just didn't really work out. Like it was a weird time frame for me. Like it was either stay and do it right then, but I was supposed to leave at 4, and I didn't really want to like be late. So easier just to push it back a day. You know what I'm saying? There wasn't any really like great games on last night either, so didn't have time to talk about. But um, what'd you do this weekend? What'd y'all do this weekend?
Saturday I worked, and then me and Wes went to that UNCW game. It actually ended up being a really good game.
Yeah, missed
They
this.
played. I
Missed.
mean, I don't know if it was better than the Duke Carolina game, but they played Campbell,
Yeah, the Camels.
the Campbell Camels, and in Campbell's starting lineup they had four international players.
That's so random.
Two guys from Lithuania, one from England, and one from Australia.
Really?
Yep, and their record isn't very good, but they were solid. They had a couple guys on that
Weird,
team that could really play.
like recruiting for them. Like, what does that look like? Do you think they have like one of their assistant coaches just like travels around fucking some hoop summit in Europe for the summer? Like,
Or they could have a coach that is international.
yeah, but still, those connections. I feel like you got to be over there. I don't know. That's crazy to me. I mean, maybe
And
those dudes.
they had more than just those four guys. They had a couple guys coming off the bench that were, you know, from Europe.
So weird. Um, I mean, because typically I feel like the people that international players that go to like the NBA, they're not playing college here. Um, but obviously, if you're playing for the Campbell Camels, you're not really a shoe in for the NBA. But also, what a name, the Campbell Camels.
That's a
Who
tongue
can,
twister.
that is fucking nuts. But besides the point, obviously the Super Bowl was this weekend, the real Super Bowl. Um, UNC Duke. It was a great showing by the Tar Heels. Uh, was very excited to send Drew a Snapchat after the game and let him know how bad Duke played.
I'm going to say something controversial yet brave.
Yeah, let's hear
Carolina fans are way more annoying than Duke fans.
it. What? That's because Carolina fans are loyal to their team. Duke fans are also Yankees fans, um, and teams like that. So
So it's like Duke, Yankees, Cowboys, like
Duke
America's
fans,
hated teams.
Cowboys, probably the Lakers, but not
Yeah.
Lakers right now because Lakers aren't good. Like is probably a Duke fan. I mean, am I wrong? Probably.
We're gonna have to blur out his name when we release this one. I don't want that guy getting any kind of publicity for the one person
He
that's
who
gonna watch.
shall not be named is probably a Duke fan. Um, but yeah, other than that, Saturday would basically like I turned into a cushion on my couch. Um, we got boneless wings and tater tots and like just vegged out on the couch and just watched basketball all day. So many good games on. It was great.
Sammy happy about that?
Sammy just chills. She doesn't like watch. She'll be like reading her Kindle like halfway. If there's games close, like she'll come in and watch because she likes college basketball for some reason. I think it's just because the fast pacedness of it. And then like basketball, like yes, there's odds and ends rules and stuff, but at the same time, like if you put the ball in the basket, it counts as points.
It's
You
pretty
know,
easy to follow for someone who's not into it, I
so
think.
right. There's not like weird different levels of points, and you can only get this many points when you're doing this scenario. So it's easier to follow, especially when it's fast paced like that. Um, and then Sunday we just did like typical errands. We went to the grocery store, did all that good stuff, changed my air filter, some good old homeowner stuff.
Just
Oh, say what?
stay on top of that.
Yeah, got to. Um, but so Sammy's gonna make a what's it called? Sourdough bread starter.
Oh, nice. Like the yeast starter, like where you
Yeah,
can make
yeah.
it
So
forever kind of thing.
she's making the I can't think of what it's called right now, but it's just the starter, I guess. So it's like growing. Like we have it in this jar, and it's like a big mason jar, and we marked it to where we did it the first time. She like took half out, fed it, waited a day, took half out, fed it, and then like the third day today, it's like doubled in size. Um,
I think you can keep those things. Like I think like people who are really into that
yeah, yeah,
have sourdough starters for like 50 years.
yeah. Where I'm eventually gonna to hand this down when it's when I die when I'm 170, I'll hand it down to my great 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 grandchildren, and they'll have a 170-year-old sourdough bread starter.
I think it's like I think it's a legit thing that people
Yeah. So
like
with
family
that,
heirlooms.
we have to think of a name, right? Um, like I'm trying to think of some examples, but something like punny, like Jesus, because he be rising. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, like for the bread?
Yeah, yeah.
That's dumb as fuck.
I mean, we got to think of a name, and we've decided it's going to be a male. Our sourdough starter is a male, so um, yeah, like something like dough related or rising related. So think on that. Uh, and
I'll come up with
Friday, I expect a nice list of options for myself. Um, freaking, you working tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm working at 8 tomorrow, but I think I'm gonna go in at 7 and steal a little company time.
Yeah, facts, facts. Go in there, clock in, drop a Parker on for an hour.
I can clock it on my phone, so I might just clock in bed.
That's bad. At least you'd be on the company. Uh, but
Yeah, you gotta be on company property to clock in.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You can maybe do it as you're like at the stoplight before. Um, can't get too crazy in that.
I've forgotten a couple of times and been halfway home and had to clock out.
Oh yeah, just don't tell anybody, right?
I actually go in and because I'm a decent guy, I edit my time to when I actually left.
That's good. That's good.
Because
Good.
I have those kind of privileges as an assistant manager.
Oh, assistant to the manager. Got it. Um, I have freaking 3 games this week. Um,
What the fuck?
yeah, that's a lot, right? It's been like one or two, and this week we have three. It's yesterday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I'm gonna have to miss the Thursday one because me and Sam are going to Savannah. I have an eye exam on Friday at 10, and it's in Fort Stewart. So we're gonna get a hotel in Savannah that we can stay in Thursday night. I'll do my eye exam Friday, and then we'll head back sometime Friday. Um, but yeah,
To do anything? I know you said you couldn't wear your contacts for 2 weeks, but do you have to do anything after, like specific?
so it's not the actual surgery. I'm just getting basically an exam for them to be like, yeah, his eyes are not changing anymore. I have like the correct amount of oxygen in my eyes, blah blah blah, to get the surgery. And then depending on when they schedule, I'll have to not wear my contacts a certain amount of time before the surgery. So really, they're probably going to tell me like, don't wear your contacts anymore, which I'm not gonna like. If the surgery's not for 5 months, I'm not gonna wear my glasses for 5 months. Um,
Yeah, why would you listen to what the doctors tell you?
yeah. Um, it depends. I'll probably get like their honest opinion, and I'm not even against wearing my glasses during the day, but like working out, it's horrible working out in your glasses. I hate it. They just don't stay on my face right. I feel like I can only see out of like these little rectangular deals right in front of my face. My peripherals all messed up. Can't wear my sunglasses in the car. It's just so many downfalls of wearing glasses.
You need to get transitions.
I'm not gonna be that dude that walks in a Walmart. They're still dark from being outside. Hopefully, I don't have to deal with glasses anymore. But I've been listening to like podcasts on the way to work, and typically they're like mostly college basketball related. I like that field of 68. And they have, it's like former players, former coaches, former assistants, and stuff like that. Uh, and they give pretty good insight. And I just like it's like recaps of all the games that happened the night before. So I just like hearing them talk. And then that Sleep Hawk Worldwide podcast, Tyler Hansborough. Tyler Hansborough is my guy. Love that guy, but he knows nothing about anything other than college basketball. You should have heard his take on the Super Bowl and Brock Purdy. He because I don't think he's ever watched a football game in his life. And shout out Tyler. When you're listening to this, don't roast me too much. But yeah, he's like, yeah, I like a throwing quarterback, not really for those runner quarterbacks.
Jesus Christ! And
really,
he said that in February.
He said that in February. It's Black History Month.
Oh, God.
But they're talking, and they said it's because it's weird the way they go into it. It's like Sleep Dog and Big Hawk, and Big Hawk is Tyler Hansborough. Sleep Dog's the other dude, and they said they made the podcast making fun of podcasts, and then now it's like 4 years later, and they're still doing it, which is kind of funny.
That is pretty funny.
It's cool to hear their takes on like Carolina Duke. So they did like the last 2 episodes were like focused solely on Carolina Duke and stuff like that. And obviously Hansborough has, an expertise in Carolina Duke games. So that was cool.
Undefeated at Cameron.
Is that true?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I like that.
Yep.
That's what's up.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, that's very impressive.
That's a hostile environment.
That's a crazy environment. I mean, the Dean Dome is like big on Carolina Duke games, but it's not even close to the environment that Cameron is, just because I think it's so small in there that those dudes just go nuts.
Where was it at this week?
It was at the Dean Dome. It was at Carolina. So we play, I think it's like March 3rd or something like that. It's like the first Saturday in March we play at Cameron. And then that's the last game of the regular season. We go straight into the ACC tournament. Oh, and then I meant to tell you Van Fleet's blocks. What is up with that?
Yeah.
They count, I mean, obviously, like those are great plays and they would all count as steals, but those can't be blocks. They're not even like past the offensive player's waist. Like it's just the ball up. And I guess because it's a shot attempt, it's a block, but
I always thought a strip was nothing.
Oh, nothing.
Or nothing. Just like a good defensive play.
Yeah, I don't know. You could strip it and they get the ball back.
Yeah.
But they're counting as a block, I guess.
I mean, and how many of Bam Adebayo's blocks are that? None of them probably.
No,
they're probably all blocks.
Yeah, absolutely zero. Yeah. But did you do your workout for today?
No, I'm not doing it today because I have a tennis match.
Yeah. I forgot about tennis on Tuesdays. So you ran your 8-mile yesterday.
Yeah.
I ran my freaking 15-mile yesterday and went and played in that basketball game after. My legs hurt.
How'd you play?
Played okay. Like I said, my legs were hurting, so I wasn't moving around great. I think the refs were a little bit out to get me.
You do tend to yap a little bit.
I wasn't even yapping. That's the thing. It was like coming down towards like the end of the game. I think we were like up 3 or something. And I'm guarding like the dude on their team that is their like primary ball handler and player. And he's like a bigger guy, about my size. And they like kept trying to screen me to get our worst defender to guard him. And so like the worst player on offense would come up and like screen me. But like this dude would come up and like freaking run block me, basically. Like it's not even a screen at all. He's just running into me. And I turned to the ref after, because I think the ball went out of bounds. And I was like, hey, like this is a textbook moving screen. Like if moving screens in a dictionary, like it's a picture of what just happened. And he freaking snapped. You would have thought I insulted his family. like just snapped at me. Like, that's the last I'm gonna hear from you. I was like, whoa, dude, like relax. I just want to tell you how to do your job, you know? And I swear they gave me like 3 extra fouls. I swear I only had three, and I fouled out with like 5 minutes left. And then we went into overtime. Um, Up and down in overtime. Both of our teams can't shoot free throws. It was so hard to watch sitting there on the bench. And we hit a three. We were down one, 3.7 seconds left. We hit a three to win the game as the clock expired. It was crazy. It was crazy. But
You gotta be nice to those guys. All the refs love me because I asked them, how their day's going. I know their first names. You don't take the time to do that.
I normally do, but when you're that bad at your job, I can't have any respect for you.
If you think that guy is worse than the refs were in the Carolina Beach Men's League,
No, this was the worst ref I've ever. He had like really, really high pants on. Like borderline, like over his last rib, like where his pants came up to. They were high. And he was just an idiot. Like they couldn't decide whether they wanted to let us play or like call ticky tack fouls. And I hate that. Like if you're gonna call ticky tack, cool, call ticky tack. But if you're gonna let us play, let us play. Pick one. But shit
you
happens.
think you beat his ass?
Definitely. Definitely. Especially, he doesn't know how to call a freaking moving screen. That's a direct correlation with if you can fight.
If you know how to correctly identify a moving screen.
Yes.
I read that somewhere.
It's somewhere in doctrine. Probably scholarly article on it somewhere.
That's what I wrote my dissertation on.
Yeah. So let's go into our weekend picks.
The ones we did last weekend? Or
yeah, so we talked about on the podcast.
Okay.
Friday. So generally, like obviously we've both been keeping track of our bet slips. So Saturday.
Would these be our picks from?
So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, they don't have to be like necessarily what we talked about.
Okay, gotcha.
I am 12-12 overall since we started keeping track, which I'm pretty happy about. I'm not gonna lie. 12-12 is kind of crazy. Especially with just the idiot picks that I've made. Like Hofstra -7. What was I thinking? That was just like picking a game to pick a game, which obviously does not work out because I lost all those games that day. Saturday, I went 5-0, 6-0, because I added in there Cormac Ryan over 1.5 threes and he hit 2. So I went 6-0 on Saturday. Should have put it all as a parlay, didn't. And then Sunday we took your Clippers money line and Inter Milan money line, which I guess hit. I can't even find that on my ESPN app. I don't even know what league that is.
That was the Italian Series A league.
Yeah. I just blind faith went with that one for you. And then yesterday I had UVA -5.5 versus Miami. They blew Miami out. Like, how do you only score 38 points in a college basketball game?
Who scored 38? Virginia?
Miami scored 38. Virginia.
Oh.
Virginia beat Miami by 22 points, only scoring 60 points.
That's pretty fucking embarrassing.
Yeah, that's embarrassing.
Miami usually has a solid team.
Well, that's what I was looking like. Miami should be like that 4th best team in the ACC, but they just can't figure it out. It should really be UNC, Duke, Virginia, and then probably Miami. But instead of Miami, it's probably like Wake Forest, Florida State.
Wake Forest beat the shit out of us.
Yeah, Wake Forest isn't bad. They can score. They just can't really defend. Clemson's not bad either.
They had a big guy on the team that could shoot on Wake Forest, a big white guy.
Yeah, their center.
Or maybe
Stretch. I think that sounds right. And then I had Kansas. I had Kansas versus Kansas State. I had Kansas -5.5. I thought Kansas coming off that big win over Houston, going into Kansas State can get it done by 6. They went into overtime. Kansas State beat them. Pissed.
That's what you get for thinking.
That's what I get for thinking. But 12-12. I can't be super mad about it.
I just did the numbers. Overall, I'm 6-10, which I'm happy with, seeing as I started 2-7. So
You started 2-7, 6-10. You're on the come up. We're on the come up.
I'm technically up money because one day, like on the 3rd, which I think that was Saturday. Yeah, it was Saturday. I took what I would have taken, but I ended up not putting the bets in. Duke plus 4.5, Texas Tech minus 5.5, and Tulsa plus 17.5. I lost all 3 of them.
Nice.
Friday, these are the ones we did talk about. Dayton minus 7.5.
Yeah.
Lost that one. Suns minus 3.5. Lost that one. I got the Kings minus 3.5. But then I hit everything on Sunday. Purdue was minus 2.5, but I bought a point to make them -2. Took the Clips money line and then that soccer game money line.
Yeah.
And then I bet 10 and won like 43.
On the parlay with the Clips.
Yeah, and I would have got more, but they wouldn't let me bet the Syracuse women money line.
Yeah. I was looking for that game. I was like, Syracuse just played Boston College. Why are they playing again? And then I saw the W on your text, and I was like, women.
So I was 4-0. I had a good end to the weekend.
That's a good into the week. Starting. It's a new week, man. It's a new week. Money to be made. Tonight.
I had a couple. I've only written down 2 that I like. I'm staying away from the NBA games.
Yeah.
I got South Carolina -3 against Ole Miss.
I saw that. I couldn't decide if I want to pull the trigger. South Carolina -3.
I think I'm doing that, and then the Hurricanes money line.
As in the hockey team?
Yeah.
You don't know. I don't mess with hockey.
Me neither, but I went to a Hurricanes game last year, so I feel confident about it.
Oh, that's fair. South Carolina, man, they've been playing so good. But I feel like they're playing at home against a pretty good team in Ole Miss, where I think they go in. I just am not confident in that game. I feel like Ole Miss is going to upset them at home. But
I think Ole Miss is 18-4.
Yeah, Ole Miss is a good team, but South Carolina is a good team too, and South Carolina's had a few like big wins in a row. So I don't know. I'm not super confident, but you do you.
Why the fuck is my phone is like I'm trying to like look at the games and it is in November.
South Carolina, Ole Miss? No, that's
Oh no, just like my
oh
shit. I don't know. I don't fucking.
You must have accidentally like butt dialed.
Yeah, Ole Miss is 18-4. So I mean, they're a good team.
They're a good team. It just depends if South Carolina shows up or not.
I'm rocking with them showing up.
All right, I like it. 3 is not a lot of points either, so I like it. Carolina plays again tonight. -6.5 versus Clemson. Clemson's lost a bunch of very close games, so if I wasn't a Tar Heel fan, I would probably bet Clemson +6.5 because Carolina's at home again, coming off a big win at Duke. Probably still riding a little bit of that this week in class, like people going and telling them how good they are, blah blah blah. But I'm gonna take Carolina -6.5 because I'm not gonna bet on them to lose. You know what I mean? I'll probably throw in a prop bet of Ingram rebounds because I think the last 4 games he's had 15 plus rebounds. So I just hope Baycott doesn't come in and think, oh, I played great against Duke. Like I'm old Baycott. I'm gonna come in and dominate again. So, and then Oklahoma State +21.5 versus Houston. 21.5 is just a lot of points, especially for a Houston team that doesn't even really score that much. I do think Houston's gonna. I think Houston's gonna beat them. I don't think it's gonna be close, but 21.5 is a lot. Um,
And especially when you get up, you got the role players coming in, and then it's just garbage time.
right, right. I don't know. I just don't think Houston's offense is that great. They're a good defensive team, and they don't score that many points. So like for you, if you score 65 points, like are you going to hold somebody to 45?
If
45
you're
not a lot.
if you're Virginia and you're playing Miami, you will.
Virginia, Miami, yeah, but like how often does that happen? I don't know. I don't see 21 and a half. So I'm going to take Oak State plus 21 and a half.
What do you think about this Oklahoma game?
Who do they play?
BYU's ranked 21, and Oklahoma's favored by a point and a half.
So I am not an Oklahoma fan. I think they're trash. They were ranked like number one in the country because they were 13-0, I think, at one point, and they played nobody. And every good team they've played, I feel like they've lost. That game's at Oklahoma, and BYU's a solid team. I just think Oklahoma's bad. Is that tonight?
It's tonight at 8.
I'll probably take BYU money line on that. Probably won't watch it.
I don't think I'll watch it, but I might ride that with you. I'm gonna put that as a maybe.
What's today? The 6th? Yeah. South Carolina Old Miss minus 3.5 is what I have. I also like Dayton.
I was just looking at that against St. Joseph's.
Yeah, Dayton's pretty good, and they're what
They
is
did
this minus
fuck,
two
they
and a
did
half?
fuck me last week, but whatever.
They did fuck you. Um, I'd probably take Texas minus 2. I like Texas over Iowa State. I think Iowa State's good, but it's at Texas. Um, oh, Texas is favored. Eesh. I don't know. I thought Iowa State was going to be favored, but I definitely like BYU minus 1.5 or money line. Really is what I would take them at.
Yeah, because they'd be plus 1.5.
I think Connecticut, UConn's going to beat the hell out of Butler, but I wouldn't bet 15 points. So yeah, I might fuck around with Dayton over St. Joseph's. And then Oak State over Houston. And I might ride South Carolina over. Nah, fuck it. I'm going Ole Miss money line.
Ole Miss money line.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm going against you.
I'm gonna put this in, see what I would take home on this.
Yeah. Yeah, feeling good. Feeling good with my picks. Also Wednesday, I like Auburn over Alabama. Alabama beat Auburn at Alabama, but they play at Auburn this week. And Auburn, I think, is good, and Alabama kind of got crazy hot from the 3-point line when they were at home. And obviously, when you're shooting at your home gym, you're going to shoot better than somewhere else. Typically, I mean, not always the case, but I like Auburn for some reason. And then Thursday, Utah plays Arizona. I think it's at Arizona too, and I think Arizona's kind of a pretender as well. So I'm gonna take Utah upsetting Arizona.
Yeah, I'm gonna. So Carolina money line, the Canes,
Uh,
South Carolina minus 3, and Dayton minus 2. $10 to win 47.
yeah, I mean, do you? I don't trust South Carolina, but if you do, roll with it.
If they lose, I'm gonna drive down to Alabama and beat the shit out of you.
I mean, if you want to lock, I'd throw Houston money line in there. I mean, just to add the odds just a little bit more. You know what I mean?
Now, will it automatically give me better odds because it's a fourth game, or because Houston's such a favorite, will it bring my odds down?
That's a good question. I don't know how that works, but I think since it's a fourth game, it will overall increase your odds, but not by very much at all. Their money line is probably not even worth.
It's probably like 1,500 or something.
Yeah. But it it might help. It might make it worse. Doesn't hurt to try. But yeah, and then Super Bowl coming up Sunday. I think I'm rolling with the Chiefs. I'll probably take Chiefs money line.
Did they release the line yet?
Yeah, it's like 2.5. It keeps flirting with like 2.5, 1.5, favored by the 49ers.
I saw something that if, like, depending on where the neutral site is, the past like 8 teams that have had to travel west to the game have won.
Yeah, I don't think that actually has any factor though.
It's just a talking point. And Kansas City's traveling west. So
They are traveling west.
that's why I'm going 49ers, baby.
You're taking 49ers, you think?
I don't want to because I don't think betting against Patrick Mahomes is smart.
I don't love either of their defenses, but I think I like Kansas City's a little bit more.
Kansas City's they're like holding teams to 12 points a game in the playoffs.
Yeah. Their secondary is nasty. And if Purdy can't throw the ball downfield, like yes, he has McCaffrey and freaking Debo, but he's got to get something downfield. I don't know. There's magic in the air with T Swift,
Oh my god.
and she's gonna take that little 13-hour flight, and she's gonna come down to the old Super Bowl in Las Vegas, and Travis is gonna have a bunch of catches, and that is the one thing is like they don't really have offensive weapons other than Travis. I mean, Pacheco's a solid running back, but he's nothing special. And
You telling me Kadarius Toney's not a weapon?
Well, Tony's not coming.
He's mentally unstable, I think.
Yeah, that dude needs. And what an idiot! Like they put him on like the IR list, right? And said he was hurt, he can't make it. And then he goes on Instagram Live and is like, "I ain't hurt. That's BS." Okay, well now you just told the whole world that the Chiefs think you're so bad they don't want you to play in the game. Like, what are you doing? You think another team's gonna pick you up now? What an idiot!
Yeah.
You should have just ran with hurt, and maybe you save face and get another opportunity. But now you're gonna expect some team to sign you as a free agent when the Chiefs, who are paying you probably millions of dollars, won't even like take you to the game. It's not like they're just benching you; they're not even taking you.
It's pretty bad.
What an idiot!
You want that random multi-sport athlete of the week?
Sure, let's hear it.
Charlie Ward. You know Charlie Ward?
Charlie Ward sounds like an old dude that played for the Browns.
All right. He played football and basketball at Florida State. Florida State's all-time leader in steals, led the ACC in steals in 91-92. His freshman year at Florida State, he was a punter, averaged 37 yards a punt. His senior year, he won the Heisman as a quarterback.
Oh,
As a quarterback. Yeah, he was a quarterback. He just punted his freshman year because I guess they had too many quarterbacks.
But there was a ton of fake punts probably.
He threw 27 touchdowns to 4 interceptions, 3,000 yards passing, led the NCAA in completion percentage. He wins the Heisman. He says, if I'm not drafted in the first round, I'm not going to the NFL. Because they were projecting him 4th to 5th round because he's a small guy, 6 foot. Doesn't get drafted. After he said that he doesn't get drafted, gets drafted in the first round of the NBA draft. Played 11 years in the NBA, averages 6 points, 4 assists for his career.
That's wild.
And he got drafted in the 18th round in 1994 by the New York Yankees. Hadn't played baseball since high school.
What the heck? I want to know how many fake punts Florida State ran his freshman year, because it had to be a lot.
I don't think they ran any.
Well, they should have. Missed opportunity right there.
He was his junior year top 10 in the ACC in rushing touchdowns, though.
Weird.
Pretty impressive.
Yeah, I'd say it's a fairly impressive career.
I'd say he's a better athlete than Brandon Whedon.
yeah, I mean Heisman winner alone. But all right, man. Well, it was good chatting with you. Um, probably plan to do another one Friday if
I'm
that
good with
works. You said Friday's your early day, right?
that. Yeah, I should be off by like 1:30, and then I got a 5 mile.
Okay, so we can either do it before or after you run. If I was you, I would probably run before just because I like running when it's semi warm out and not freezing.
What do you think? You think I should upload this one?
Sure.
We gotta. Are we? What name do you want to go with?
Oh, that's true. We need to think of a name. We got a minute and 30 seconds left. I'm gonna stop. Actually, never mind. We don't have to stop recording. I don't know. We need to think of one.
I think Sammy and Marissa's husbands is hilarious.
It is funny. Um, you can title it that. Uh, title it that, and then yeah, figure out how to upload it, and then
I think I got it. I just need I need you to.
send you the stuff.
No, you don't need to send me anything. You just need to help me come up with a description.
Okay. Okay. I can work on that real quick. Um, all right. Well, Sammy and Marissa's husbands.
All right. Lock it in.
Well, tentatively.
It's in there.
And it's tentatively in there.
All right, dude.
All right, dude. I need bread names.
Got you.
All right. Peace.